Hey, my name is Miranda Wingard. I teach first grade at Summerfield High School in Claiborne Parish. I teach all subjects for this grade. As an educator, I strive to build meaningful relationships with my students so they can learn to the best of their ability and know that I care about them to help them grow as they need it. In the video of me teaching, the lesson is CKLA. It's ELA skills, and it's kind of like a phonics lesson. It is the students are mainly having to recognize the sounds and words. Some of them are vowel teams that we've already gone over, and the goal behind this is for them to be able to read the word, and they're segmenting it, know the different sounds in the word, so then they can then read the word if they stumble across it when they're actually reading a text or any kind of sentence. So then once they sound it out correctly, they can then read that word, and then that moves them to read more fluently. Prior to this, we've been learning about vowel teams. We've been coding words. We've also been reading in our reader for skills. Now, this is important, again, because they need to be able to know how to sound out a word correctly, segment it. Not only for DIBELS, their end of the year test, for the phonemic awareness part where they take a word like cat and they go k-at, and they're able to sound it out, segment it, break it apart, and then they are then able to form a word with it, sound it out correctly, and then that leads them to reading more fluently, which is what they need by the end of first grade. Now, some of my students in my class do have IEPs, and they need a para, or they need someone there to kind of help them along the way or stay focused. And so I try to provide that in the room with the paras that I have and the mentee that I have that I'm mentoring this year. And then the ones that need assignments changed, I either cut it in half of the kids, or if they're able to, I then strive to push them a little bit further than half. See if they can do it all, and if they can, great. If not, it's okay, and we can try again later. But I simply strive to make sure that they are getting what they need in order to be able to read fluently by the end of the year, and this lesson that I taught helps them get to that point.
Each of you have a card. I'm going to tell you a word, and if you have the correct spellings of the word, what you're going to do is you're going to come up here, we're going to spell the word. The reason why this is important, because one, it teaches you how to spell certain words, and then we're going to change assert either the beginning, middle, or end sound, or both, hold on Parker, with the words, okay? And you're going to be able to tell me if I change the beginning, middle, or end, okay? Because some words sound very similar, just only one sound changes, okay? This also helps you with your reading, okay? So you know how to put words together, okay? Now, this is why it's important. I need your attention. If you don't listen, you could get confused. You know how I told you just because it has 5 letters does not mean it has 5 sounds. Or just because it has 3 letters does not mean it has 3 sounds, okay? Now, what we're about to do is practice circling the sounds. Ava, pencil down. Nope. You got to listen to this first, or you're not going to know what to do. Now, this is what you're going to do. We're going to go over how to look at the sounds in a word. You know how when we do our DIBELS groups, with Miss Jennifer, you segment the sounds?
Yes.
That will help you do this. Okay. To be able to circle the sounds in the words, okay? Because in that box, you're going to write how many sounds there are, okay? This is why this is important. The goal of this is to get you where you need to be able to read. A word is made up of sounds, right? Well, let's say you don't know how to say a word. What do you typically do?
Sound it out.
You what, McKinsley?
Sound it out.
You sound it out. So, and when you sound it out, you typically do your phonemic stuff. You segment it. And then you're able to say the word. Okay? So, we're going to go over the front of this page, and then you're going to do the back side by yourself, okay? Now, let's look at number 1. This is where you can earn some points if you stay with me. This word is coins. Notice they circled here, here, and here. It is the oi sound. That's one we just talked about a few days ago. Now, I need y'all to say that with me. Let me see your hand. Let me see your hand. Okay? Now let's do it. Coins. Alright, so oi. How many fingers did I use? 4. What number do they have written up here? 4. Because, Parker, tell me, how many sounds are in coins? 4. And then you get to practice handwriting by writing the word. You go ahead and do this one. They traced it for you, so now you trace it like I did. Yes, trace the circles. If you listen, are we writing the number of how many letters or how many sounds? How many sounds? How many sounds? This is where you can get mixed up. Landon, you come. Okay. You're not counting the letters. You're not looking at the letters. How many letters are you? You're looking at the sounds. That's why we're practicing with our fingers, okay? Let's look at number 2. Jack, what word is this? Close. What does the O-I say?
Do we write the letters?
So, moist.
Do we write these letters right here?
You're gonna, just wait. Class.
Yes.
Do not get ahead yet. Have I told you to do it by yourself?
No.
We are doing the front side what?
Together.
So we stay together. The back side you will do by yourself to see if you're able to do it from what we've learned. Now, Jack said that number 2 is moist. All right, let's sound it out. Oi. How many sounds is that? All right, let's circle them. You have oi. There's 4. Remember, if you don't do it now, then you're going to do it later. Okay, well, if you don't do it now, then you're going to do it later. I'm going to have to do this later. On your words, I want to see good handwriting skills. So notice, both coins and moist have 5 letters. If it has 5 letters, does that mean it has 5 sounds? No. To help you, if you don't know how many sounds it has, that's when you need to use your skills. And I don't care, you can use your fingers or you can use your, like fingers or your, it works the same. Oi. Okay? Now, let's look at number 3. Kingston, what's number 3? What's my word? What is it? Room. Alright, now let's segment it. Alright, we'll use our arm this time. How many sounds is that? Room. Let's do it again. Remember, we don't want to say we want to say Now, the B and the R do not go together. They are separate. It's b, r, b, r. But the double O is a team. It's one of our vowel teams. It's one of the first ones that we learned. Good. Yes, write it. So far, what? Had Jack, Kingston, who else?
So after teaching my lesson, what I found were some students were meeting my objectives, whereas my other students were not. I noticed my students who typically score higher on the Dibbles test for the end of the year, like their reading test, they got it down. They understood how to break it into sounds. They also understood the vowel teams. That, like the oi sound, the oi is one sound, so it is circled together. Same with the oo sound that we had first learned. They understood that. I noticed my lower level students, from looking at their page afterwards, after I took it up, and they turned it in, I looked at it, that they would circle every letter, and they still have those basic skills. They haven't understood yet that, like, the oi sound and the oo sound, like, those two vowels, they work together as one sound. Or the digraphs, like ch and th. And so I'm going to have to work a little bit more on those to help them realize that just because it has 5 letters does not mean it has 5 sounds. It all depends on what letters are there and how they're working together to make that word. If I was to do anything differently, I should have paid a little bit more attention to some of the students that might have struggled, like let them do one on their own and then we do one together, like after doing one as an example, to see which ones might be struggling, so then I could focus a little bit more on that during the lesson, and then I could do some call outs to say, hey, how many sounds does this have? Do these 2 letters make one sound, or do they make or are they 2 separate sounds? And so that would kind of help me see in advance, like, where misconceptions might be and fix them before they get to the back page where they did it simply by themselves. This would help prevent me from seeing it later after they've already completed it. And so then maybe I wouldn't have had to go back to these students. And so next time, I'll know, like, hey, let's do one together, and then let's do one by yourself. Let's see how you're doing. Kind of like a check-in. And then after this, we're moving into more coding more vowel teams. That's what they're working with. And seeing how they're added into words, and being able to segment those as well. But other than that, I think it went really great. But I definitely think there were some things that I could fix in it.